everyone! So TGS started in full force the other day, and what do we get but a Final Fantasy VII trailer dropping that originally was in Japanese, but now we're covering it again because it's in English. We get to see a lot, in fact most of the narrative that goes on here for anybody that's played the original game. We get to see more or less from the beginning of the game up until the end of the Midgar segment. We get to see a lot of cool things, but I just want to go over the appreciation for the visual fidelity in this. It looks like we're at the point where they can make this entire thing look like Advent Children, and Advent Children for its time was a really, really good film. They said that they wanted to get quality like that in the past, and it's just fantastic to see that now in game form. So what do we get in this trailer exactly? A lot of spoilers, like I've said, for the story. For those who know it, you'll know exactly what this covers. For those who don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Or at least I'm going to try and avoid that. We get to see a lot of walking around the Sector 7 slums with Aerith. We get to see some boss fights with Reno and Rude, which look really cool in different areas. Almost like Reno is going to fulfill the sort of rival role at the beginning for Cloud here. We get to see a lot of playing as other different characters, which is cool because you get to experience it from a different perspective as Tifa, Barrett, and Aerith. They're making the changes to things work pretty well, to be honest. Tifa's clothing, the thing that was the main focus of the last trailer, doesn't seem to come across as that dramatic of a change anymore. I think I've just got used to it at this point. But the one thing that gets me more depressed about this than anything is the whole deal with making the other Avalanche characters so likable as we linger over this last shot here of just Tifa, Barrett, and Cloud on screen. They're making them so likable. I want to see what's going to happen, but it's going to be heartbreaking. This entire sequence of games, because they're releasing multiple parts until they get to the very end, this entire thing is going to be so heartbreaking, just how they're playing up all the other characters. They have so much more personality and major roles. We get to see a soldier on a bike, which reminded me a lot of the chase sequence from Advent Children, the end one. The bike chase sequence. We get to see more of Sephiroth lurking around and doing his usual thing where he's being menacing. But yeah, we get to see a lot of the Sector 7 slums. We get to see the Shinra, the head of Shinra, instead of being in a helicopter, he ends up being a hologram. We get to see the church where Cloud meets Aerith again, and that looks a lot like Advent Children. I'm going to keep saying that a lot, but it really does look cool. I imagine if they wanted to make FF7 into a movie, this is the way that they do it, because it just looks so good. I just hope the gameplay holds up. I've not really looked at reactions from the previous playable sections, but it's just the amount of detail that is in this is incredible, and it stays very faithful to the original from what I can tell at this point. The two boss fights, or three boss fights that we can see with Reno and Rude look really cool. Almost reminds me a little bit of the areas in Crisis Core. One bit that a lot of people said was going to be possibly changed, the mansion where Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa go to get information out of Don Corneo. That's going to be interesting. We see beautiful shots of Aerith in a red dress here before we see a shot of the Don in all his weird, sort of strange glory. I don't know whether that's the right way to describe him, but then we see Cloud pull the worst face ever as Tifa and Aerith both gang up on him to possibly get him to go into the mansion by the look of it, or at least that's the way it looks. It could be different. The way it plays out in the original is Tifa gets kidnapped, or rather gives herself up to the Don so she can go in and get information out of him. And when Cloud and Aerith see her get captured or get carted off, that's when they go in to try and get her out. And this is where Aerith comes up with the idea of dressing Cloud up in a dress. And that seems to look like they've changed that segment. I'm not entirely sure, because looking at it in the background now, it looks a little bit different, and I'm not too sure of whether it is or whether it isn't that. We also get to see bits of the train graveyard later on, where we get to see Aerith fighting one of the more rarer enemies. We get to see Shiva and Ifrit summoned, which both look really good and really faithful to the original designs. And then again we finish off with the fight going up the pillar for the slums, and then afterwards we get to see the result of that battle as Cloud, Tifa, and Barret just stir out over everything. It's good. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I love seeing more of FF7 Remake as it's produced. I can't wait to see the entire game when it's done like this. Like with everybody else, I'm just hyped up for this, and I can't wait to see how this will pan out, whether they'll end up finishing it, how long it'll take to finish it. If this is the start of what's to come in future, then this is going to be... I have a feeling that this is going to be fantastic. I just hope that it's as good as everybody else is thinking it's going to be. Like I said, I've not really looked into the hands-on stuff, but everything that I'm seeing from it is getting me super excited, and I just hope it's as good as everybody says and from the playable demo and what we're thinking it's going to be. I hope it lives up to expectations, but just because of the amount of detail and passion that seems to have been poured into this. Anyway, what did you guys think? I'll see you in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!